Hello everybody. I think you should be able to hear me now. Let me know if the music is too loud or too soft. I can never tell based on what I see. So, let me know if the audio is okay, if you can hear me okay, if the music's too loud. And I'm trying a new thing today whereby I have my phone set up as a microphone. So if that is great tonight, excellent. Thank you. I set up with my phone this time. So I think that's because I know my phone has a really good microphone. So I decided to use that. Ooh, who's your best character in Smash? I used to play Smash actually. My favorite was always Lucario because I always kept getting beat up. And so I figured I might as well use that to my advantage since Lucario can do that. So, okay. Well, for those who are unaware, I guess you all know me, but I'm Sploon Ghost. I'm an artist, and I just recently started streaming. Of course, Splat Cat here. She likes Pac-Man for Smash. She's a great Splatoon streamer. I just shouted out her. Yubi does not stream, but I'm shouting them out anyways because Yubi's awesome. And I shouted out Paul. Lex streams. He definitely streams Splatoon and Pokemon. Paul streams on YouTube, but you know what? He gets a shout out anyways. So it's all good. It's all good. I hope you all are doing great tonight. We're gonna get started with this little bear. It's a topaz bear. So assuming I don't royally screw up anything. And then afterwards I'm gonna try some Zelda stuff. I will admit, I have never drawn anything Zelda, so this will be an experiment. Okay, so we need the bear body color. And where's that trinket reference? So why would I be using a trinket reference? Well, this is actually the trinkets you collect in a mobile game. I forget what it's called. I have it on my phone somewhere. Anyways, they have these trinkets you can collect. And I thought they were so cool, I wanted to draw them out, but with real animals. So, that's what we're going to be doing. So it looks like, unlike with the cat and the owl, which had more blue colorings, this is going to be more of a dark gray. You were so excited when Pac-Man was announced for Smash for 3DS and Wii U. What a shame that Pac-Man didn't make it for Ultimate. Even you can draw the Triforce. You know what? That gives me a good idea. I think, yes, I'm gonna start simple and I'm gonna draw the Triforce first. But first we have a bear to get through. And before we do that, I just realized now looking at this, I wanted to start coloring, but I think the body is too thick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off these markings and all I'm going to do is get my black ink out. Let's see. Yeah, that's much thinner. That's better. So, alright, I'll probably spend about an hour on this. So it's what, 10:07 now? Okay. Hopefully the lag isn't too bad tonight. Sometimes it lags, and that's wonderful, right? No, that's okay. Also, let me know how the lag is for stream. If I have to restart stream because of it, I will. I'd rather not, but you know what? I'd rather have a stream that doesn't lag than a stream that does. Besides, we're on the early end of streams, so. Bet you folks won't believe that I used to be in depression, so now I've been depression-free since March 2016. It's been really great to be happy lately. Oh, awesome. That's good to hear, Paul. Miss Peggle, hello. Thank you for the shout-out, Splat Cat, for that lovely Miss Peggle. Miss Peggle, how are you doing today? Or, I guess, nighttime? No, it's daytime for you. That's right. I was supposed to be an emoji of a skunk. No, Paul, no. That's a cutie emote from a fellow streamer called Seveth. Splat, could I get a shout out for Seveth? Sevi is a really wholesome streamer, comfy cozy, who is loved by a lot of people and has those really cute emotes. Yeah, I think it's an ant from Kingdom Hearts. I think that's what he said. I don't play Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, there you go. What Splat said. You've been busy all day? Jevil, welcome in! Can I get a shout out for Jevil, please? I don't know if Jevil streams or not, but you know what? Everyone gets a shout out here. Because everyone is awesome. So, you've been busy all day? That's awesome. It's a shadow, a low-level, pure-blooded Heartless, according to Lex. Yes, Jevil, I know you're not a streamer, but you know what? I like to shout out everybody anyways. I do this on Splat stream too. And I just wanted to continue it on my stream as well. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know if Peggle does, but certainly Seveth definitely plays Kingdom Hearts. It's his favorite franchise. If you don't mind me asking, what is your actual hair color? It's a redhead, actually. I'm also a redhead. It's not ginger, like Paul, or like Peggles, but it's also not brown. Why do you ask? Are you asking because my avatar has blue hair? Bot, stop lying, you're not a streamer. Devil, I know you're not a streamer, but I just wanted to give you a shout out anyways, because you're a lovely human being. Okay. Okay. That's part of why I'm asking. I also have face blindness, so I'd like to fill out a partial profile in my mind of parts around the face. Oh, well, that's all I'm telling. Basically, yeah, I mean, on the internet, I kind of like people to know what my avatar looked like. I mean, everyone has face blindness in a... At least, I do. I don't know. I don't think hair color is really that important because it does change a lot. Maybe I'll dye my hair. I highly doubt I will, though. Also, yes, these claws are very, very quite inaccurate. But you know what? This isn't supposed to be a perfectly accurate bear either. I mean, it has freaking markings on it, so I think it's fine. Can you stop? Okay. I mean, Fire Emblem fans might confuse you from Marth. I almost did. Well, they can do that. I don't care. I have reached a point where I don't care what people think of me. Anyways. So glad everyone's still alive. That's step one. And everyone, I presume, is doing well since you're all at least a little bit alive. And at least alive enough to come. So I appreciate you being here. Let's see, so Jevil said they were busy all day. UB, how have you been? Splat Cat, how have you been? Paggle, Paul. Sure, you all been wonderful, but you know, maybe not. You never know. Ah, that looks so much better. Yes. Yes, that looks much better. Okay. Also, if it's played Ocarina of Time all day, I'm not surprised. I am not surprised, Splat. Doing great. I'm so excited for the stream. I've been prying myself away from Breath of the Wild. Shocking, I know. Well, I'm glad that you like this stream. Very productive day. Yeah. Well, obviously Ocarina of Time is being productive, right? Right? Okay, let me... You know what? I'm gonna get rid of the markings. What I don't understand is when looking at this reference, why the bear is gray, but why the cat is blue and the owl is blue. Well, I guess it's still blue. I guess it depends on where you select the color from. Alright. Good night, Yubi. Sleep well. Sleep well. Okay. Actually, dying in a volcano. Oh boy. I'm guessing that was something to do with the Gorons, then. Whatever the Gorons do. Well, Sploon, I started reading a bit of your book. I'm not very far yet. I don't usually read too much nowadays, but I'm gonna stick with at least 2 chapters before I see if my anime hatred gives way or not. Well, which book? I have 3. The Fairy Tail, the Take Flight, or the Captain Destiny. Oh, speaking of, if you do exclamation Destiny, this is an original story that I made. If you do Take Flight, this is based off of the anime Boku no Hero Academia. It's set in the future, where one of my favorite characters basically has kids. And then this is a series I started about Fairy Tail. So, as far as this bear actually does belong to the universe of the Captain Destiny. The history behind it is kind of long, so I won't really go into depth into it now. Captain Destiny, yeah, that's a completely original story. I have elements of it based off of Boku no Hero Academia, as well as Fairy Tail and Naruto. And I try to mimic Oda's One Piece storytelling techniques. I don't know how well I did, but you know what? It's okay. If I may ask, Paul, what about anime is undesirable? I'm genuinely curious to hear people's perspective on this. What about it is not so appealing? I'm not gonna get mad, whatever you say, by the way. I am just genuinely curious on your perspective. I know some people will defend anime with their whole heart and soul, and I have criticisms of it, I will admit. It's not perfect. There are definitely ways it could be improved. But I'm also not a mangaka. So, which is an author, by the way. Okay. Let's see if I missed. Oh, I didn't miss anything. Excellent. Okay. This is looking good. At least with, we're just on the base color though. So, it's quite a lot of factors. Just name a few. Oh, I lost track of where I was looking. I don't like how women are usually over-sexualized, proportions all wrong, the logic is very hard to follow, the dialogue is usually over the top, there's a lot of cliches. Then again, Fire Emblem. I agree with the over-sexualization part. That I do not agree with at all. Then again, you have to keep in mind the demographic it's for. It's usually teenage boys, hence that's why they tend to include that. The logic is often hard to follow. I guess logic in terms of why characters do things, why characters feel the way they do. As far as the dialogue over the top, yeah, so I looked this up because I was also getting annoyed. Like, why are they always screaming all the time? Or in general, like, why are they going into depth messages, or they're crazy? And it's because mangas are black and white often. And yeah, good night, UB. Have a good sleep. Enjoy. And it's because the manga is drawn in black and white, and so everything looks the same. And so in order to distinguish characters from one another, mangaka actually use, different designs and extreme introductions to help readers keep track of it. Wait, teenage boys are the target of anime. Why did it take you this long to know that? Yes, well, and especially when you have animes like One Piece, where the audience has basically grown up with the manga. Well, then if you want to keep that same audience, normally you're going to adjust your content, so. Yes. So, as far as the logic goes, I don't know if I answered that. The logic is hard to follow along with. There's stories are okay in most of them. One Piece, I would say, is an exception, has a really good story. That's why it's so popular. But I guess it depends on what you mean by logic. Do you mean the story logic? Do you mean the why characters act the way they do? Also, do remember, but because it's geared towards teenagers, there's a lot of emotions involved because teenagers are quite emotional, and, that appeals to them. Also remember that in today's society, there's a lot of broken families, and so having a character to relate to that is also broken is actually a source of comfort for a lot of people. So I don't know if that helps explain some of your points. If not, that's okay. The live explanations make much more sense, but doesn't explain anything. If you're really trying to make a reliable character, why not get the proportions and behavior to match actual humans? And second question, are there animes designed for females? So, to answer the first question, why not get the proportions and behavior to match actual humans? Because then part of the purpose of anime is to be in a fantasy world where you're away from your realities and relate to the characters without actually being in the scenario. That's my perspective on it, at least. And so, the anime / manga world is a fantasy world, and so people fantasize about things, especially teenage boys in particular. At least, I can't speak for that. I'm not a teenage boy. So, but perhaps that is where their mindset is with that. As far as the second question go, are there animes designed for females? There are, actually. It's called shoujo. So most anime that is popular is shonen, which is for young boys, but there are shoujo, which is more romance novels. So in that case, the ones I have read, at least, like Fruits Basket, and that's actually the primary one I've read because I don't really like romance. Everyone is relatively normal proportions, and the story has more of a focus than the action. That's just my experience, though. That doesn't mean it's the experience. You're into more action animes? Yes, Peggle, same. I tolerate the over-sexualization stuff because I like the action. But Jujutsu Kaisen, I like that anime / manga because there's not a lot of sexualization, and it's a good story, and it's a lot of action. So I prefer that. I do like Jujutsu Kaisen. Fairy Tail, I really liked Fairy Tail up until the last season when it became all about the fan service. Then I didn't care how good the story was. I didn't like it. Sounds like shoujo would be closer to my stuff if it wasn't focused on romance. It may be. I wouldn't call this a shoujo, but Noragami, Stray God, that manga / anime is, it has action in it, but it still has a good story and doesn't really, screw up proportions. Yes, fairy tales often. You try to forget about the fan service and focus on the story. Yeah, I tried to as well. I tolerated it throughout the beginning parts of the anime. And then in the last arc, I just buried my head. And I said, okay, let's just finish this up. We're almost done last season. And then I never have to look at this again. I have a lot of criticisms about the last arc, but I won't go into those now. Ooh, should I make the claws orange? I should make the claws orange. That would look so cool. Yes. As much as I adore Fire Emblem, I'm not gonna defend. However, since Awakening, there's definitely been a stronger focus on over-the-top sexual stuff over good gameplay and story. I'm gonna try to forget that Fates ever happened. Having never played Fire Emblem, I'll take your word for it. Maybe to fellow Fire Emblem fans out there, you'll relate. It's orange. Death Note is also a good one. Sure, it's a bit scary, but I enjoyed it. I get scared really easily, so I watched the first 2 episodes of Death Note, and then I decided it wasn't for me. But I'm glad you liked it, Peggle. It was great till the last few episodes. It was as if the writers were high. They probably were. I mean, maybe they were just ready to finish it too. I don't know. I like Death Note because it actually got me thinking. I didn't like the animation though. I kept shouting, why is the mouth the only part of the body moving? Why is a whole room of cops just standing still when there's a kill on the loose? Why is this animation leagues behind the Lion King? Yeah, so the animation has to do with the company. So if the company isn't paid enough, I think, then I guess that results in a lower quality. I actually don't know how the finances work, but that has to do more with the animation company than anything. As far as your logic of why people aren't doing things, don't worry, Paul. I get angry at that all the time watching these things. I'm like, wait, why didn't you just do something? You could have just done it right there. So I understand your complaints. A certain part of the show, it's if they started making the BS up, that makes no sense. Yeah, it seems like shows tend to do that, where they reach a good point, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, where's the story? What are we doing again? I guess, to be fair, when you have to do creative, make a chapter and keep audiences engaged every week, that's pretty tough. So being a mangaka is not easy. At the same time, that's why One Piece has survived as long as it has for 20 years, because it's such good creativity every single week, and why Fairy Tail was also very popular. Yeah, Paul, every anime has different animation, just gotta find the right one. Exactly. It's been a while since I watched Death Note, so would you refresh me on why I post L episodes? Why the post L episodes were so hated? My fiance didn't like the original style of Attack on Titan, but he loved the 4 seasons animation change. I know what happens in Attack on Titan because I spoiled it for myself because... Okay, hear me out. I wanted to watch the show, and so I started by watching a few clips on YouTube. And I got nightmares from those clips. So, I just looked everything up on paper after that. I'm easily spooked. What can I say? Paul, it made no sense because the way they ended it made no sense. Yeah, if you don't end it, if your ending doesn't make sense, then it will seem like the whole anime was not worth it. Okay. I can understand Spoon is quite it's quite terrible, but trust me, you've seen worse. I will take your word for it, Peggle, and I will, quietly... Demon Slayer is surprisingly not scary for me. Neither is JJK. but I don't know. I did not like the Attack on Titan. I think what made it so scary for me was when I was watching it was how it hit a little too close to home, yet it wasn't real. Like the uncanny effect. Uncanny Valley effect, I think that's what it's called. That's what I was thinking of. The only animes I watched all the way through were Death Note and the Danganronpa ones! None of them had good animation. At least Danganronpa got a few of the actors from the games to reprise their roles. I've never played the Danganronpa games. I did watch the anime. The anime for Danganronpa, I was so lost the entire time. I was not happy about it, but oh well. What is Attack on Titan's about? Let's see. The cutesy version of it is Titans eat people. No one knows where they come from. No one knows what they are, but they eat people and they look human, but they're giants that are of all different sizes. And, well, these people are hidden within the walls, 3 walls actually, and one day you find this out like in the first episode, a wall gets broken, and it's a giant Titan. And so then the people have to retreat inwards. And yeah, I could keep going on and on and on about this. Basically, big man-eating, human-like Titans. You got lost in Danganronpa, the animation. Monokuma's rules are too complex. I didn't understand the purpose of... Which one was it? I think it wasn't the rules that were complex. It was I think when they got to the outside world, or why were they locked in the first place? That's where I got confused. Peggle. Yeah, it's better. Lex Titans! Yeah, it's better if someone else explains it, because I'll write like 5 paragraphs. Yeah, it's okay. I was spooked enough, but... So, art stream has turned into anime discussion stream. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not really drawing anything important anyways. This is just a cute little bear with cute little markings, and I don't even know its real significance. They were locked up because they were special. Oh, yeah, that's right. But I guess I didn't understand when they actually broke out and there was this whole bombing thing, and I don't want to spoil it, but I just didn't understand it when they actually got out there. I don't know. Maybe I need to rewatch it. maybe I need to play the games to understand the animation. Well, they locked themselves in because Junko brainwashed a bunch of students to basically kill the whole world. Oh yeah, that's right. Junko did do that. As for why they had to play the killing game, yes. Now I know why they had to play the killing game. Sorry for anyone who wanted a spoiler-free Danganronpa explanation. To be honest, same Splinter was so confused what was going on. Okay, it's good to know I was not alone. Oh yes, the light. So what's going to be coming from that way? Alright, so now that we have this... Okay. Control T. Yeah, move it over here. That way I can see the light better. Or the light, quote unquote. My apologies. I sent the message after I heard you didn't, before you heard. It's okay, Paul. It's okay. I didn't read the rest of it out loud, so it's all good. And nobody read it. And I guess if you really want it to be spoiler free, we can delete the message, but it's okay. It's all good. Let's see here. Okay. That's that color. So we want to do the shadows first. Great story can be Great story can be confusing and messed up and sometimes. Yeah. Danganronpa 3 was confusing for me, and I actually did play the games. Whoop. Well, not really much hope for Peggle and I for understanding it then. Whoops. Oh boy. I hope y'all are enjoying the comedy. Or the discussions. I don't really sugarcoat things, so here we are. Aha. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Aha. Yes. Interesting. Hey, what is that dot? Is that a whoop? Or is that just a dot? A little confused. Oh boy. Did I even draw this right? Why don't we talk about My Hero Academia? After the certain love triangle appeared in the chapter a couple weeks ago, I haven't caught up. I was not. And then the special experiment came to life with that explanation, and I don't know what to think of the story anymore. I don't. I'm disappointed, but I don't know how it would be better. I guess just trust that Horikoshi will do a fine job. Love Triangle Man. It's in like 330 something, Peggle. How far behind are you? It was just a couple weeks ago. Poggle, you reminded me of another thing Heb Anime. Why do they have such weird names? Yeah, Paul, they're Japanese. The anime is originated in Japanese, and a lot of the mangaka use Japanese names. So they're Japanese names, not necessarily weird. Well, I guess weird depends on your perspective. Yeah. Let's see here. Alright, we're gonna... Last thing I read was the reveal of the traitor, which I was totally right. There was, That's good for you that you predicted it. I was honestly so sick of the traitor that whenever they revealed it, I was so relieved. I was like, great, we got this done and over with. I'm tired of it. Stop it. So... Yeah, no, there's so much happening, Peggle. You need to catch up. The Japanese names sound better. We just translate them the best we can. Yeah, that is an issue with, producing media in another country is when you're trying to translate it, meanings get lost, jokes get lost, because I know some of the mangaka like to include jokes in the Japanese names, but when they get, but when they're translated, the jokes get lost, so. Well, I get why the characters have different names, but I'm talking about the names of the anime themselves, like My Hero Academia, that's terrible grammar. It's a catchy title. It's, because it's, and so it's not just an academia that you're going through, it's a hero academia, so it's on your way to becoming a hero. That's why it's called Hero Academia. They're weird to us as Westerners, but to the Japanese, perfectly normal. Exactly, Lex. Peggle. Fun fact, the creator actually forgot about the traitor they kind of sandwiched it in. Son of a gun. See, I don't like things like that. But, you know what? Being a mangaka is tough. So, I'll give him some slack. Oh gosh, I drew this very, very wrong. Yeah, I'm not surprised that he forgot about it. Oh yeah, you know what? I did hear about that. That's right. And I was... They can't say superpowers and superheroes because of Marvel and DC copyright crap. Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah, that too. Watch. Okay. Oh, no. I think this will all be Now this will all be shaded because it's all hidden underneath the bear. That's right. This whole leg is under the bear. One of the example of Japanese media that was translated beautifully into English was the Zero Escape games. In fact, some of the puzzles were redesigned to make more sense with the English language. The localizers went sentence by sentence as opposed to word for word to get more natural sounding English. Interesting. Yeah, translating is difficult. Props to the translators who do this for a living, because you have to capture the element of the story while also retaining the integrity of the original. It's tough. I don't like this. Where's that complain button? It's working now. Exclamation complain, by the way, if you want to keep track of how many times I complain about my art throughout the stream. It is working now. So. Let's see. Yeah, hey, it works. Peckle and Splat. There you go. I also added a command called modlove, exclamation mod LUV, to shout out all my mods, because my mods are awesome. And I think I added those to the command list down below. If I didn't, please let me know. I need to add that command for sure. Let's see. I think it's this one. Yes! Yes, I got it. Alright, there we go. Woo! Hegel and Dragon both have commands for me. Hopefully once I become a regular, you can add your own compliments about me. There will be no insults for Paul. Paul receives no insults. Oh gosh. Okay, come on. Come on. Worky. Alright. I can say this. Seven Deadly Sins was an underrated anime. I liked that until season 3. I hated the season 3 animation. Is season 4 better? Because if so, I will plunge myself through season 3 and to get to season 4. I did not like the season 3 anime, and so I stopped watching it, which is a petty reason, I know. However, I didn't know what else to think of it other than this is what I see. Oh, that's too much. Okay. But I do agree, it is overall an underrated anime. It is really good. Okay. I haven't even seen season 4 myself, but apparently it ends good. Interesting. Splat, should I make a command for every time I say interesting? You think that would have a high count? Well, to make up for me not liking anime, I love Once Upon a Time. What a shock. No one could have predicted it. I bet you all thought Rumpelstiltskin as my profile picture was a coincidence. Actually, Paul, when I saw that profile picture, I thought of Jeff Castellucci from the acapella group Voice Play. Don't know if you've ever heard of them, but that picture reminded me of Jeff. So, can I understand why you didn't like season 3? I didn't like it too much. It made no sense, but the first few seasons, Chef's Kiss, absolutely. I loved season 1 and 2. I binged those overnight. My ex-friend, I should say, kept bugging me over and over to watch them. And I was like, yeah, sure. Then I watched it, and I stayed up till like 4 a.m. watching seasons 1 and 2. So, I clearly like something about it. I don't know, but it would be interesting. See what you did there, Lex? That was so funny. Yes, that's one thing me and Paul have in common. We love Once Upon a Time. I've never seen it, but I'm gonna guess it's good since both of you love it. Okay. I think... No, I don't want to do that. Is Once Upon a Time, is that perchance on Netflix somewhere? Is that on what medium is that on? Who's My Favorite Sin? Ooh. So originally it was the Dragon Sin because, heck, I just knew that there was a Dragon Sin. I was like, yes, dragons. But honestly, that's a tough question. No, hold on, I gotta think. The Pride. Pride is really good, and shortly following is, which one is Bond? Greed. Pride and then Greed. So, it's great. Just the final season was a bit dumb. It's good until season 7. Season 6 was the planned ending for the series, so you can stop after that one. It's on Disney Plus if you want to binge it. Oh, I don't have Disney Plus. Rats. Well, maybe we should coerce Dawkins to start watching it on his stream. Yes, Blue, the Pride Sin is beautiful. Yes. I love the Pride Sin. Have you ever heard of the YouTube channel Divide Music? You need to check out his music, his instrumental of the Pride Sin. Oh my gosh, it is so addicting. I'm sorry, I'm like totally geeking out. But anime, you know how Legend of Zelda is the thing that makes Splat geek out? Well, anime is what makes me geek out. Therefore, I feel no shame in that either. Pride Sin, just beautiful. Just so well executed. Oh my gosh. And really captured the essence of Pride. Greed did to a certain extent. I just mostly liked the character. The reason I chose Rumpelstiltskin instead of Emma as my 1 rep is 1, I'm not a girl, 2, Robert Carlyle and I have very similar hair, 3, I can relate to a lot of Rumpel's reactions back when I had depression, but I also relate to Emma quite a lot. I'll take your word for it, having not knowing Emma. Peggle, I love it since we age much, fell in love instantly. His introduction was, I believe, the best introduction out of all of the Sins. I loved that Sin's introduction. Also, Peggle, I must ask, is Pride one of your 12 husbands? I must know that now. Of course you love Deadly Sins, Peggle. Oh, ouch. You're saying Peggle has a lot of deadly sins? I mean... You know... Oh yeah, Bond is great. The way he got his sin was a bit yeah, and his story's sad, but still love Bond though. Agreed. No, he's not. Didn't I think I'd make him laugh? Oh, I'm so shocked. So, should I draw you with him instead of Freddy? I can change it. Nothing has been started, so if you would like me to, I can change that. Oh boy. Paul, are you aware how many husbands Peggle has? I'm sure you are right now. I'm just curious if you do. Because I don't know how much Peggle has revealed about her many, many, many husbands. Oh no, you must draw Freddy. Okay. Freddy it is. Okay. I'm just checking. I'm just checking. Okay. But that might be a possibility. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, I knew she had at least 6 including Bowser. Somehow Dragon's okay with it. Peggle had the husbands before Dragon proposed, I believe. So, I think it's okay. You got 12 now? Oh boy. Oh, so I guessed right. Okay. Well, are you sure that Pride isn't your lucky 13? Okay. Yeah. Let's see. No, not like that. Not like that. Nope. Then the other day she's talking about how she imagined a future every day where she could be with me right on stream. So now we have proof she's cheating on Dragon. Oh dear, Peggle. Oh dear. Oh man. You do you, Peggle. I feel bad for Dragon. Didn't he really? It's okay. I'm sure he understands the conditions that he's walked into. Now I'm divorcing one of them. Oh jeez. Paul, you asked me to sing your reality from Doki Doki. Okay. Let's do Control-Alt-M so we can fix these. Ooh, okay. Curves don't look too bad. Let's see if I can fix these a little bit so a little less intense. It's not too bad. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like that. Okay. You could have said, no, Paul, I'm engaged, but you didn't. Okay, from... Anyways. Yeah, this looks good. I like this better. In case you haven't noticed, Peggle and I have very interesting... Oh, I've noticed. It's very fun to watch. Please, keep up the entertainment. I like this. I like this entertainment. Ah, no, don't do that. No, don't do that either. Gosh darn it. Not you guys, the pen. The screen, complaining about it again. Okay. Well. Peggle, you gotta give me a progress report on the Nintendo Switch Sports review. Maybe you're taking too long because you commissioned Sploon to draw the cover. Wait, what? No, she didn't. No, that was not in our discussion. Don't worry, Sploon. Just be glad I haven't had to travel to all of my husbands. You know, Peggle, if as long as I get paid, and as long as you're happy with what I give you, then I wouldn't mind it. It gives me practice anyways. Gives me exposure to drawing characters other than people. Because Freddy, I can tell you, is not a person. He's creepy. But I'm glad you are in love with him. To each their own, is what I say. Actually, Paul, I finished it and was going to send it to you once Dragon went to work. Why are you waiting until Dragon goes to work? Ah, never mind. I won't pry. Oh, I was right. This is going to take me an hour. Cool. Because he's using the computer. Ooh. Ooh, yeah, that'll do it. Alrighty.